Jordan, what do you hate?
The New England Patriots. That's what I hate.
That's fair.
You're
football.
Yep, I love football. I love watching professional football. I play fantasy and everything. My team this year is actually pretty good, except for my quarterback. Guess who my quarterback's on? The New England Patriots.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, especially during the Tom Brady years, New England Patriots were known for being the cheaters, but the best. And
they're the best at cheating.
They're also the best at cheating, and they always get away with it without having actually extreme penalties. And they're cocky. I don't like Brady because he's cocky. And every Patriots fan out there is like, oh, you're just jealous because my team's better than yours. That's part of the problem. Settle down. It's football.
Yeah.
Stop.
Well, yeah.
You know how happy I was when Brady threw that pick six in his last play of last season with your team against the Titans? Anyway, I hate the New England Patriots. Noah, what do you hate?
Black licorice.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
I grew up with it, so I'm not that.
I'm not a fan.
Okay.
Also,
that's most people.
I'm gonna add something,
okay,
but it's in the same vein. It's on the same branch. Twizzlers.
You don't like
red vines are great. Twizzlers taste like plastic.
Really?
The specific
I agree
brand,
that red vines are better.
Red vines are great. Twizzlers don't taste good.
It's licorice.
Hold on,
licorice itself.
I'm gonna make some loud noises real quick. You
okay.
go ahead and talk.
Licorice itself is
actually not that loud.
A bland taste to me.
Now it's gonna be loud.
Okay, we apologize. That is gonna be loud. Why are you doing that?
To move it forward more, so we're talking at it more.
That makes sense. I'll just not move this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, licorice itself, I'm not a big fan of. Before we start today's,
I like red vines.
Before we start today's podcasts, plural apparently, we just uploaded our first non-podcast video. It's 30 seconds long. Go click on it real quick and just watch it.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a skit. It was
not a
more
skit.
just him videoing me doing something dumb.
That's why I just called it a non-podcast
Improv,
video.
Yeah. It's not a skit, but it's like the closest thing we currently have to a skit.
It's our first piece of non-podcast content, so go ahead and give that support, please.
Okay, so on YouTube,
yeah.
Let me tell you something. On YouTube, you can basically pin a video to your channel for newcomers. So it's like the trailer for your channel. I think I'm going to do that with that video.
It's called On Tap, and it's 30 seconds long, and it's not good.
No.
All right, go ahead. I'll give it to you.
Welcome to We Hate Things episode 16. Right?
This is our podcast, an hour podcast. My name is Jordan, and this is Noah.
This is 16,
It's 16.
Right? Yeah. Welcome to We Hate Things episode 16. My name is Noah. That's Jordan.
Yeah.
This week, we're going to be talking Robin Williams. Some video game news, some music, and then, whatever else comes up. I'm trying to start making this a little more hosty, like I'm introing the video a little bit more.
He's
like I
the
just
producer,
did.
I'm the eye candy. That's
yeah, I'm trying to make things a little bit more official.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna talk Robin Williams especially this week.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm just here for the ride.
First off, how you doing? How was your day?
I'm doing okay.
We don't have time for that. This is a packed episode.
You got a new haircut.
We have a lot scheduled. I did get a new haircut. Right now, it's too short, and I'm not the biggest fan at the moment. But in like a week and a half to 2 weeks, it'll like fill in, and that'll be prime haircut for me.
Yeah, and I have long hair, and I'm wearing a hat to cover it now.
So we switched.
And I hope it doesn't throw you off too bad. Okay.
My name is Jordan, and that's Noah.
And that's a good joke.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the first segment, buddy?
Well, how are you actually doing? How's your week been?
It's been good. I've been going up to Ashton's. She lives an hour north from here. And I've been going up. We're taking her dog to the park. We're going to beach. Her roommates, she's living alone in an apartment right now, and she's getting lonely a little bit. So I'm just trying to keep her company. And then her roommates move in next weekend. So it's going to be really cool. It's been a very good week with her. Other than that, I've been trying to work and stuff like that. I've been doing okay.
That's good.
How about
you?
I'm
just pulling up the doc real quick.
Yeah. Is this life update time?
Yeah.
I panicked.
We're bad at making
I'm panicked,
making transition noises.
I'm panicked.
Like
dude.
the news.
I'm so sorry.
Oh. Ooh. That's the life update
Is
noise.
it officially life update?
I'm gonna clip that audio, and every time we give life updates from now on, I'm gonna put it in.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
My life's been good, man. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
I've just been I'm tired this week, but a different kind of tired than normal. I'm just like sleepy tired this week. For some reason, I have been like sleepy tired all week. Normally, I'm like when I used to say I'm tired on the podcast, it would be like body tired, like exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of sleepy tired this week for some reason. Like I could take a nap at any time.
Last week, what
Very strange.
is a podcast first. He was not tired last week.
I wasn't tired last week.
Yeah, that was a podcast first.
And this week I am tired, but not like the
A
tired
different
I
tired.
used to be. I'm just kind of sleepy. Like
Yeah.
I could use a nap.
Yeah. Nice.
The fence is creaking behind us. I hope that doesn't happen the
Hey.
entire. It's fine.
That's what I say about that.
But
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's life updates. I mean, I'm still reading.
Ooh.
Well, we're not done yet. Hold on. I'm still reading Tuesdays with Maury and catching up on my Bible and everything.
Nice.
Um,
I'm very busy. Okay, so sorry to interrupt.
no, I was done. You're
Three
good.
people actually texted me saying, "Hey Jordan, how are you? I would like to start a conversation right now through text, and
They all
that'll
s-
take a long time."
They all said that
it
exact
word for
specific
word.
thing.
And then I said, "I'm sorry, I'm very busy at the moment. I cannot maintain a text conversation right now. I will get back to you soon." And I'm sorry if you're one of those people, but I have actually been super busy. I haven't actually had time to relax in a long time, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm usually the person to follow up on those things, and I've been busy. That's it.
Yeah. I mean,
It happens.
Sometimes life just gets busy for a while.
Yeah.
You'll relax in a bit. You just got to get back. It's because you were on vacation in three
For-
different places for 3 weeks.
And I need to catch up on work, and
That-
I'm helping my
yeah.
girlfriend move. And
That throws off a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and I'm
So-
still trying to like maintain friendships and everything. I'm meeting Emily tomorrow because I haven't seen her in
Nice.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Um,
It's been about that long for me as well.
yeah, so we'll plan something soon, but that's my thing. And we also have to get records soon.
You'll get
because
back
we
into
haven't done that.
We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
You'll get back into the rhythm though.
Yeah, I will.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I just need to get through this. My next paycheck will probably help me relax, which is on Tuesday. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I get paid on Tuesday too.
dude,
Hopefully I
Also,
make money.
I'll tell you later.
Is it an off podcast
Yeah.
kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Jordan, what have you been listening to lately?
Well, today actually was listening to Beatles.
Beatles.
Yeah,
Nice.
my roommate made a really good Beatles playlist, which has all of their good songs, which is most of their songs.
It's just most of their songs.
Yeah.
That's
But has like over 130 songs on it. I've been listening to that. Very good. I was listening to Queen yesterday. Recently, it's been very back and forth because I've had a summer playlist, and the summer playlist has a mix of everything. I've been listening to Front Bottoms a lot.
yeah.
It's been really sporadic because I haven't had a really big new music taste in a long time, and that usually happens every like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Which yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had like a new music taste recently.
Yeah.
It's strange.
I have been
Maybe it's because the entire world is on hold.
Yeah, probably. I always think about, you know how Spotify has like that year top 5 artists?
Yeah.
I always think about, okay, what would it be this year? And I think it would be Billy Joel #1, probably Beatles, probably either Mountjoy, Front Bottoms, and Queen so far.
I think for me it's probably going to be Front Bottoms, Queen, Beatles.
See, it's hard to picture because
It's definitely going to be those 3.
Yeah.
At least those 3.
hmm
I don't know. We'll see at the end of the year. We'll go over that at the end of the year too.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. We'll
That
go
would be
over
really
our Spotify Wrapped
Yeah.
because that's what it's called. That'll be fun.
Anyway, what have you been listening to?
I've been doing this thing lately. Well, I've been on kind of like a newer music binge. I
Right.
haven't done like a lot of classic rock recently, but what I've been doing recently is just picking a band that I already know and like. So it's not like new stuff. It's stuff that I know I like the band. So what I've been doing is like, for instance, the first one I did was the Front Bottoms. I will go in and find their first album and just listen to that on shuffle because I think newer music, you don't need to listen to it in order, to be honest. Classic rock, you do. But I'll go to their first album and shuffle it and then just listen to all of their music chronologically. Like, I'll listen to their first album on shuffle, then their second album on shuffle, and even their like singles and everything. I
Yep.
will figure out how they came out in what order and listen to them and listen to their entire discography in order. So far I've done that with the Front Bottoms, Mumford & Sons, The Head and the Heart, and I'm currently doing that with the Lumineers.
Yep.
And I also started kind of doing that with Vampire Weekend, because I'm kind of doing both of those.
Vampire.
I'm kind of doing both of those at once,
Mm-hmm.
because I think neither of those bands have as much substance as any of the three previous bands I said.
Yes, I agree.
They're both good, but they're not filling, if that makes any sense. They're both like very light music.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm kind of listening to both of those at the same time. Now my quick reviews on those three bands that I mentioned, because I've listened to all of their music in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Front Bottoms, all of it is great. Every album of the Front Bottoms is good.
Would you say that that's your favorite modern band?
I would say that Front Bottoms are my favorite modern band.
Okay.
Yeah. Easily.
Because usually you said Mountain Joy a year ago.
Yeah. I actually need to listen to all of Mount Joy all the way through.
I've done that before. It's
Mount Joy
great.
will always hold a special place in my heart, because I have been listening to them since they only had Astrovan. Since their only song was Astrovan.
Yeah.
And I've seen them grow and become a big band that most people know now.
Yeah.
So that's been fun. They'll always hold a special place in my heart.
Remember when Jack saw them in concert?
Yeah, and I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Very, very jealous. So, Front Bottoms, all of it is good. Obviously, not every single song is amazing, because that's just not how bands work.
Mm-hmm.
But every album is worth listening to. On average, on average, every song you listen to will be a good song. Some songs aren't, obviously. But on average, all of their music is good. Like, they have a song called Bay, and I don't hate it.
And that's a very...
How do you make a song called Bay and
make it good.
and make it an actual good song?
And not have it be a pop song. That's really
And also, they're one of the only bands, newer bands at least, that I know, that like the lyrics actually mean something. They actually write things that mean things.
Most artists now are starting to shift to the pop aspect, pop Hollywood music, and have it be more, hey, let's go party music than let's actually have this mean something music.
Yeah.
And I hate that about today's music, and that's why I don't listen to a lot of it.
That will actually play into my next two reviews.
Well, there you go.
Of Head and Heart and Mumford and Sons.
Yes, right.
To finish off Front Bottoms real quick, listen to them, but keep listening to them, because at first you won't like the lead singer's voice.
Yeah.
Because I didn't at first, but it's kind of an acquired taste. Once you get past that, I love them now.
Yes.
I could listen to them all the time, and I actually like his voice now. You get used to it, and you end up liking it.
Yeah.
So start listening to them, but don't stop. Yeah, that's my review on the Front Bottoms.
The first song you should listen to is Twin Sized Mattress.
Yes, that's true.
That's their best song.
Twin Size Mattress, 12 Feet Deep, Maps, ooh, voice crack. Maps are their three best songs, and then move on from there. Listen to all of them.
And their voice cracks are funny.
And on purpose.
On purpose. It's fun.
Yeah.
'Cause you are...
No, it's great. You won't like his voice at first,
That's
more
very
than
true.
likely, but it'll grow on you, and you'll end up loving
It's a rock band.
their music. It's an alternative rock band.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great.
But yeah.
Now, Mumford
now-
and Sons was the next one I did that. No, sorry, Head and Heart was the next one I did that for. Their older stuff is good, but like you were talking about, they've started to get into more of that
Pop Hollywood.
pop stadium ready. That's what I've seen it
Stadium ready.
characterized as.
Yeah.
Like stadium ready, like pop music, rather than like the kind of folksy music they did before. So their newer stuff is just okay. Their older stuff is really good.
Yeah.
Now, and that's kind of my entire review on Head and Heart. They have good music. You should listen to them too. Mumford and Sons, all of it is good, but they also, something unique about them that has not happened in many other bands I've seen. They are adopting that newer sound, or they started adopting that newer sound, but they're actually doing it surprisingly well. Like their new music,
Impossible.
yeah, their new music is actually still still entertaining, still good to listen to, but they're not going full on that. So their older music is the folksy rock kind of. Everyone has heard Mumford and Sons. You know what they sound like.
Irish folk music and putting a rock mixture into it, and that's what they are.
Yeah. And also their lyrics mean things too, which is cool.
You've heard songs about them. And Head of the Heart did what's the Rivers and Roads?
Rivers and Roads, which is probably their most popular
That's
song.
basically what their music sounds like.
Yeah. So their older music is better, but So they had Sigh No More and Babel. Those are their two original albums, and those are like their best albums. Those are the ones that are the most original Mumford & Sons.
Yep.
And then they went on a hiatus and came back with Wilder Mind, or Wilder Minds, whatever. That was their third album, and that was more them getting into the poppy and stadium-ready music, but still doing it well, and still being entertaining. And now in Delta, which is their most recent album, which came out 2 years ago now, I think. It was fairly recent. They're kind of doing a mix of both now. They're kind of doing the
It's called Irish.
pop,
Oh, stadium.
whatever, stadium ready, whatever, while also kind of doing their Irish folk and kind of mixing it together. So it's still good. It's not as good as their originals, but they're still doing it surprisingly well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're one of the few bands I know that have pulled off that transition.
Very true.
So I would recommend all three of those bands, but definitely the Front Bottoms.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of Mumford & Sons because, to me, most of their songs sound the same.
You say that about a lot of bands that it's not true about.
Name one other band I said that about.
The only one I can think of right now is 21 Pilots, but
Well,
that's true.
true, though. But that's a
Here's the
bad
thing.
same. I like Mumford & Sons, just I can't
Here's the
listen to a lot of it.
Mumford & Sons have about the same variety as Front Bottoms. To me. No, that's not even just to me. That's just true.
Okay.
Front Bottoms, a lot of their music sounds the same, but it's entertaining. And also, they do have a variety.
Mhm.
Like, they go back and forth
Oh, yeah,
between
of
things.
course.
But I think to the same extent as Mumford & Sons.
All right. Okay.
Just listen through Babel.
I respect bands that do variety more, I guess. Like Queen and Beatles do it a
Well,
lot.
yeah, I mean that the
Uh,
Beatles not invented, but revolutionized experimental rock.
Yeah.
That's the definition of variety.
Yeah. What's a modern band that does that well? Variety. Or a modern artist?
And a modern artist that does variety well.
Can't really think of one right now. Taylor Swift.
No, she did the same thing. She just turned into pop.
But her really recent album is more indie.
Oh yeah, I haven't listened to it because I don't want to.
I've listened to a little bit of it. It's okay. It's good. It's actually, it's the sad indie
Yeah.
genre that we both like. I think
Okay.
you'd actually like stuff.
Um,
Anyway,
yeah, those are my reviews for those three bands. Listen to all of them, but Front Bottoms first.
moral of the
They're
story
great.
is, there isn't a story. So
Older music is oftentimes better, but newer music can sometimes surprise you.
and if you're a band that's listening to this podcast, try not to fall for the stadium. Oh, you'll make more money, so make it like this music. Stay true to what you want to
Make unique music.
Yeah, it's true.
Make unique music. That's what you'll get. You might have more fans if you make that stadium-ready pop music, but you'll have a more dedicated fan base if you keep making that unique music. You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting upset.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's not get into that.
I'm kidding.
Let's not get into that. That was music. Let's get. We don't have much to talk about in this area today, so let's get a little bit into video games.
Okay, skip ahead if you don't like video games.
It's only gonna be like 5 minutes this
Yeah.
time. Neither of us really care, but Halo got delayed.
Nah,
Halo
I
Infinite.
wasn't gonna buy it anyway.
Yeah, that is getting delayed till 2021 now, which is surprising, but probably a good thing. But
It is a
surprising
good thing.
because
It's always a good thing when a video game gets delayed.
but it's probably bad for Microsoft because that was supposed to be an Xbox Series X launch title.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Now they have nothing.
Halo is the Microsoft game. That is their flagship game.
They have nothing else.
And now they kind of have nothing else. They've been talking about exclusives for a long time because Sony absolutely destroyed them with exclusives in the last generation.
Yep.
And now their most important exclusive is getting delayed.
Spider-Man Miles Morales itself isn't it an add-on?
It's a standalone, but it's kind of they're building off of the first game
How is that not a sequel? I still don't understand. But
because it's using, I don't know. You know what? I don't know.
okay,
I'm not gonna try to.
that itself makes PS5
Oh no,
more.
Spider-Man Miles Morales, which hasn't even come out yet, blows all of the Xbox exclusives all of them from the entire last generation out of the water already.
Yep. Anyway,
Yeah.
and
So that was
any
that.
other video game news?
Neither of us really care. I played the Avengers beta, the open beta, last weekend. I didn't play much of it because I didn't have a lot of time, but I played some of it. It's definitely just okay. It's not amazing.
I didn't expect it to be good.
Yeah.
When I saw the trailer for which was like last year, I think, when it was announced with the trailer, I was like, I can't do that. I don't see how that could be fun. They did announce Spider-Man's going to be in the game, and a lot of other
only on PlayStation
non-MCU characters.
Only on PlayStation.
Which is so funny to me.
Xbox fans are angry about that.
Which makes sense. It's Sony, but like it's so funny.
Because Sony owns Spider-Man. That sucks for Xbox users.
Yeah.
So that's that. It's just an okay game. It might get better over the years because it's definitely a games of service kind of game, like Destiny. Like it's not a done game. They're gonna keep adding to it. But for now, it's just okay. Ghost of Tsushima and it came out a month ago.
Did it?
Something like that.
Only?
So let's look to be sure.
Yeah.
But Ghost of Tsushima is PlayStation's 4th biggest launch of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
PlayStation
Yeah, PlayStation's 4th biggest Sony launch in history.
2, 3, and 4.
All of PlayStation, all of them. Ghost of Tsushima was the 4th biggest launch of all time.
Do you have the
other
list
3? No.
Okay.
Because I couldn't.
I'll try to look them up while you talk.
Let me look at Ghost of Tsushima release date real quick. So we can talk more Ghost of Tsushima. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. Give me a second. They're coming out with a free multiplayer co-op DLC this fall, which should be fun. Once you eventually get the game, that'll be fun to play together. So
I will get the game.
It came out almost exactly a month ago now.
Sweet.
And it's Ghost of Tsushima's 4th biggest launch of all time. I mean, sorry, PlayStation's 4th biggest launch of all time, which is interesting. That's how popular it is. What are you looking up again?
I'm trying to look up the biggest PlayStation launches
of all time,
but I can't find it. But
I take it it's something like, if I were to guess, it would be. We're talking exclusives. Probably God of War, one of the God of Wars.
Probably Last of Us.
Last of Us, 1 or 2, definitely one of those.
2 is
2 had more
4's,
hype.
PlayStation's 4's biggest launch.
Nobody knew Last of Us 1 when it first came out. So
that's true.
Maybe 2, and then Uncharted, one of the Uncharted.
Yeah, you're right.
I would guess something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, that is.
I think that's all video game news I got.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Yeah,
Fall Guys is now the most popular game of all time.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but it's okay. We'll probably play a bit more. I might be down to play a few more levels, but no, it's just okay. It's a free game.
Yeah, it's good. I play it with my girlfriend sometimes, and it's just fun. It's a fun party game.
Do they have couch co-op?
No, we just kind of.
You just switch off?
Yeah,
that's lame.
It's fun.
More games should have couch co-op.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that's it for video game news. I'm sorry.
That's about it.
If you don't like video games, you could have just.
Well, it's already over anyway. Yeah. Why'd you listen if you don't like video games?
Yeah, stupid.
You should have skipped.
Stupid.
Jeez,
stupid.
Ugh.
What's the next?
I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a Space Jam 2 teaser out.
Really?
It's just LeBron. There's a motorcycle.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
It's just LeBron James walking towards the camera with a Toon Squad jersey or uniform on.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Because it's just a teaser.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm so excited.
I'm so
excited.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I'm pretty stoked for that. But that's about it. I don't know when it's coming out. I don't think they have a release date yet. Go watch that skit we have.
We already said that.
Well, I think we have like 11 views on it.
Really? Already?
Yeah, I think so.
I expected less.
I think we talked about this last week, but 25 subscribers? That's great.
That's awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I'm surprised we got that much. I expected 10 at the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do you know it's actually like words like anyway or
transitional words?
Yeah, you never say the S. It's not anyways, it's anyway. That's just a fun little grammar
then why do we say
fact
anyways?
for you. Because people are dumb.
Oh, okay.
It's just anyway. Or like forward, it's never forwards, it's forward. Backward.
Forwards isn't a word?
Forwards, no, you never say forwards, you say forward.
How about backward?
Backward.
Really?
Yeah. Unless you're saying... No, I mean even that, yeah.
There's no plural for forwards.
No. There's no plural for any of those. and other things like that. Yeah, there's a little grammar fact for you. That's fun.
Grammar sucks.
People don't like... So, here's the thing. I sometimes correct people's grammar, but not in a malicious way. If I correct somebody's grammar, it's to help them in the future, but people always get angry.
It's because they take it as an insecure.
I know.
Like, oh, you think you're better than me because you know that.
I forgot to stop.
That's fine. It's fine.
I'm
You think you're better than me because you know that that's wrong and I don't. Shame on you. I'm gonna yell at you for it, and then that's why.
Yeah, I mean, but when I correct people's grammar, if you're watching and I have ever corrected your grammar or ever do in the future correct your grammar,
that's what he's saying.
It's because I'm trying to help in the future, so you don't like make that mistake again in the future. And it also just you're smarter after that. Why don't people like to be smarter?
Because they think they're smart now.
You're not.
People don't want to think about that they need to grow.
You're not as smart as you could be.
People want to think that they're perfect and then they don't have to grow or learn anything else.
You're not perfect. You have to grow more.
And that's why politics suck, and that's our next section.
No, it's not. Yeah, no, that's terrible. We're never going to talk politics on this show.
Because that's boring. It's not even boring.
And nobody likes watching that.
No.
And we don't even like talking about it that much.
No, we don't. Not even a little bit.
Not even a little.
Anyway.
There you go. See? It's already working.
That's very true.
All right, let's transition. Last week, if you don't know, was the 6th anniversary of Robin Williams' death. Very sad moment. So today, I thought we could talk a little bit about our favorite movies of his and our favorite moments and everything.
Because he was very prevalent in our lives.
Yeah, I mean, he was
even especially in our childhood.
Yeah, he was a big impact in everybody's childhood. Like everybody has seen his movies. And everything.
Me, that was the most heartbreaking celebrity death, especially how it happened and. It's sad. It was sad, and now we get to celebrate him.
So I thought we'd talk a little bit about our favorite movies of his and celebrate his life.
Yep. So
I asked before we did this, I asked Jordan to make a list, and I made my own list as well of our favorite comedies, like not serious movies, and dramas, like his more serious movies.
Yep. And there's only two that I've. Whoa.
It's just something.
Just died.
What?
A beetle just died.
I think it was just part of the tree that fell.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, we both have a list of like our favorite comedies and dramas. He's only seen 2 of his dramas. I've seen 3 as far as I know.
I was more into his comedy stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, who wasn't? He was best as a comic.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
we were talking about it earlier today. Yeah. What we both have as our favorite comedies, I asked him to pick 3 of his favorites.
Out of 7 or something.
Yeah, I mean, you got, just to list off his I think his best comedies: Mrs. Doubtfire, Flubber, if you haven't seen it, it's on Disney. Aladdin, Jumanji, Hook, Night at the Museum, Robots,
and RV.
Some of his best works, and RV, some of his best works. So I asked Jordan to slim it down to 3, and 2 of ours actually matched Aladdin and Jumanji. So why don't we talk about those a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, Aladdin. It's Aladdin.
His best role.
Genie, amazing.
I think
that might be his best comedic role.
I say that the Genie, as a character, is one of the best characters of anything on screen.
It's great, and they didn't make the character and then say, "Hey, Robin Williams, do you want to play this character?" They made the character with Robin Williams in mind.
They say, "Hey, Robin, you need to make this your own character."
Yeah, they said, "Hey, we're making this character for you. This character is you. Be this character," and he was like, "Okay."
And it's, and it came out in what, like the late 1990s?
Late 90s.
And back then, there wasn't anything like his voice acting because he brought so much heart into the character. There is a life in the character.
Absolutely.
Like most things were just reading off a script. He doesn't just read off a script. He improvs.
He's so good at improv.
If you want to watch like him, like doing a voice acting, look it up on YouTube. Yeah. It's so good. It'll bring a smile to your face.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's great.
If you haven't seen Aladdin, I don't know how you haven't seen Aladdin.
And Aladdin is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's just a good movie. Anyway, and not to brag, but I was Aladdin in my elementary school play. I was the main character.
We didn't have that play.
And I did so well.
My elementary school was lame.
And a lot of girls liked me because of that. On me. So that's why.
I was Aladdin for Halloween once.
That's better
Is that
than
close?
what I said.
Was that close?
Yeah,
Yeah, good.
it's better.
But
But yeah.
And then, yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. And all the different voices he does and everything. And if you didn't know, Jordan found this out today. The character at the beginning of the movie, the merchant guy, the merchant traveler guy, is also Robin Williams. It was him. They pulled him into a studio to play that character and put a bunch of props in front of him and said, "Go, sell these things."
Yeah.
And then he jokingly did all the selling things. And during one scene that I think made it into the movie,
He did.
one line, he was doing something. He was selling a thing, and he was like, hey, "It'll never break. It won't break. It won't break." It broke, and it is because in the studio when he was recording, the thing he was quote unquote selling actually broke, and it was just his improv was amazing because they just put a bunch of props in front of him and said, "Go," and then he did it.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Most of his movies, he actually did improv a lot of them. Like Mrs. Doubtfire, he improved a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of the whole cake face scene or the icing face scene. Most of that was improv.
Yeah.
Most of that entire scene was improv. Not to deviate from what we were talking about, but we're talking about improv. The movie Good Morning Vietnam. Great movie if you haven't seen it. It's one of his more serious ones, but there parts of it are still comedy.
Yeah.
Like it's a good interweave of both of them.
Right.
But it actually got nominated for an Oscar for screenwriting, which screenwriting means the script of the movie. But there was controversy around that because Robin Williams actually improv'd 90% of that movie. So people were like, why are they nominating it for an Oscar for screenwriting when most of the movie wasn't even written?
Yeah, it's kind of
until
funny.
Robin Williams improv'd it.
Yeah.
So I just think that's kind of funny, and it's a testament to how good his improv skills were.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But
to go back to our favorite comment, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna transition to the other.
Go back to the go ahead.
I was
The other one we had in common.
Aladdin was one of my most watched childhood movies. Another most watched childhood movie was Jumanji.
Jumanji is amazing.
Based on a book, but he brought a character to light.
Oh.
He was actually kind of a serious character.
Yeah, surprisingly.
But the whole movie is just such a unique idea.
Yeah.
And it's very fun, and it's has good character development. Just as a kid, that movie was amazing, and him being at the face of it was just even better because I knew that Robin Williams was part of it. It was so good. That's the same one.
That was not.
See? That was the same one.
That did not follow the tree.
Bye.
Jumanji, Jumanji is amazing, and just the story is fun and everything, and obviously his character is fun.
Have you seen the new Jumanjis?
I saw the first new one.
Yeah, it's good.
I didn't see the second one.
They're good.
No, they're good. The way Robin Williams brings a character to life was just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think there is or will, at least for a long time, be anyone in Hollywood that even comes close to his just acting and improv and comedy
he puts
skill.
Every role that he's in to heart.
Yeah.
And he becomes that character.
I don't think anybody will touch him for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's my favorite actor.
He's probably up there for me. He might be my favorite actor of all time.
Yeah.
He was just amazing, and I miss him every day.
What was your other top 3 comedy?
So my other one was, I was going back and forth, but I landed on Hook. If you haven't seen Hook, great movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was going back and forth between, I think, Flubber and Hook. You really should watch Flubber.
You keep bringing it up.
It's such a fun movie.
Before the
I watched
podcast,
it on VHS as a little child, as I did with most of these movies. But I just remember, that was such a fun movie.
Before the podcast, we were just talking Robin Williams because we were talking about it now. And he said, "Have you seen Flubber, the Robin Williams movie?" And I could have sworn he was making it up.
No.
It sounded like he could have made it up. By the way, there's a movie called Flubber. It's Disney and Robin Williams.
This is peach tea. I'm okay. This is okay peach tea. It's mediocre peach tea.
Yeah, I already drank it all. I'm thirsty.
I don't know why I just thought of that. But no, Flubber's a real movie. It's on Disney Plus. You should watch it. It's fun.
Okay.
It's fun.
But Hook.
I
haven't seen.
So Hook is also a great movie. Hook is a very heartfelt movie, but also comedy because Robin Williams. Yep. It's about, just to sum it up real quick, it's about a grown-up Peter Pan. Robin Williams plays grown-up Peter Pan, who he forgot Neverland and everything because he grew up, but it's him going back for some reason with his kids and It's just a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Watch Hook. It's heartfelt. It's fun. Yeah, I would highly recommend it.
My third comedy is Night at the Museum.
I was thinking
Another
about that too.
great childhood comedy of mine where
He
I
plays
just watched over
Teddy
and over again.
Roosevelt.
He plays Teddy Roosevelt.
Well, a wax figure of Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, and he wasn't he was a side character more than a main character.
But he just.
But
still
again,
oh.
when I think Night at the Museum, I think Robin Williams, even though Ben Stiller was the main character.
He played it so well.
Yeah, and that movie, as a kid, museum things come to life. That's so fun.
That's so fun. Come on.
What a fun
Come on.
idea.
That's so fun.
You know?
Yeah.
He was also in the sequel, and then they filmed the third one right before he died, and that was his last movie. Did you know that?
Yes, I did know that.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't want to put a downer on things, but apparently, he just wasn't there on set mentally.
Yep.
During that movie.
But Night at the Museum is my
Night at the
favorite
Museum is
comedy.
amazing, and he plays Teddy Roosevelt so well, and it's
Good music too. I remember that's where
21st Night of September.
Yep.
That's the first. I think that was the first time I heard that song. Probably.
Not even heard it. Just why I know that song.
Recognize. Yeah, that's what I recognize it from. So what? Yeah, those are our favorite of his comedies. I mean, he was a comedy king. He could do it all. He could do different voices. He did physical, body comedy. He did improv. He did everything so well.
You know what I just realized?
What did you just
Rami
realize?
Malek is in that movie.
Yeah, he is.
He's the
king,
pharaoh.
He's king. He's pharaoh king something.
He's I don't remember,
Is he King Tut?
Tut?
No. Is he
Ramses?
Tut? He might be Tut.
Ramses?
Either way, he's Rami Malek. I don't think he's Ramses.
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek.
I forgot.
Yeah,
Until now,
he's
I'm like,
in
wait, he's the
So is-
villain
so
in that
is
movie.
Dick-
He's not
no,
villain.
he's not.
He's the hero.
He's the supporting character.
Yeah.
So is Dick Van Dyke. He's the villain.
Yeah.
And
Anyway.
and Mickey Rooney.
Yeah.
They're
holy
the
crap.
villains. Yeah. They're
That's
the villains.
That's a good cast.
And then also you got
I think we
Lightning McQueen. Wilson.
What is it?
Wow.
Wilson.
Wow. That guy. Why are we forgetting his
The
name?
nose guy.
Wow. You know how he always says that? Wow.
Cars. That didn't work out. I just googled cars, and now it's
Cars
taking me to
Cast.
dealerships.
Cars Cast.
Oh gosh.
Lightning McQueen voice actor.
Owen Wilson.
Owen. Wow.
And then
Wow.
the other guy too.
Yeah,
the other guy.
the other guy.
Forgot his name.
Yeah, I know, it's fine.
Good cast. Night
Very
at the
good
Museum
cast.
is
Very
the best
fun
movie of all time.
Very fun movie.
But yeah, Robin
Those
Williams.
are some of our favorite
and then,
comedies.
of course, Good Will Hunting.
Let's get into his serious movies. Good Will Hunting is arguably his best acting role.
Yep.
Arguably, I could actually argue you on that, and I would probably win. I'm pretty sure that's the only movie he won an Oscar for.
Yep, that's true.
I'm pretty sure he won Best Supporting Actor in that movie. He was nominated many times, but I'm pretty sure he won Best Supporting Actor in Good Will Hunting. And that movie is just amazing.
Yeah.
It's serious and heartfelt, and just watch the movie.
Yeah.
Just watch it.
It's-
Written by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck,
It is so good.
and it's amazing. Please watch that movie. That movie is in my top 5 movies of all time.
That
love that
movie made me cry.
Yeah.
That's how good it is.
It's amazing.
I do cry at a lot of... Okay, I don't know if you know this about me, but I don't cry often. For some reasons, movies make me tear up easily. For some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Even if I've seen it multiple times, every time I've watched Endgame, I teared up.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to watch Endgame again. It's so
we'll get to
long.
that.
It's
but
gonna
I'm
be
just
so
saying,
long to get there.
Good Will Hunting.
I'm so
is
excited for any of
one of the most heartfelt movies I've ever seen.
It's such a good movie. Please, if you have not seen it, go watch it.
And of course, Dead Poet Society.
And then,
Yeah.
we're getting there.
Yeah.
We can't.
Sorry. We're going.
Watch Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Do it. I don't care. Any opposition you might have to watching that movie, watch it anyway. I don't know what opposition you would have to watching that movie. Amazing movie. Top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Dead Poet Society.
Yeah.
Another great Robin Williams movie. Another serious one.
I was forced to watch it in my middle school English class.
Forced.
Yeah. I didn't even know what it was, and then I'm like, oh yeah, it's this movie. It's the Captain, My Captain movie.
Captain, My
but
Captain.
then Robin Williams jumps into the screen, and I'm like, why is he here? He's usually funny.
But
that was my reaction.
So that's the thing about
I was
Robin
12.
Williams. That's the thing about Robin Williams. He really can just do it all.
Yeah, he can.
He can do childish comedy and he can do serious adult stuff. And a lot of times he mixes both. Like Mrs. Doubtfire is a comedy at its heart, but it deals with like
Real issues.
actual real adult issues like divorce and being separated from your kids and everything. He mixes the two so well to a point where you can't even see a line between the two.
Yeah.
Because to him, and I feel to most people, that's life. It's comedy mixed with drama.
Yeah.
And he pulls it off so well, and he brings every character to life so well. And Dead Poets Society is, in the end, it's a sad story, but it's still like super inspirational, and you just wish you could have a teacher like him.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's
Also a very that's kind of an intense movie, so you have to be prepared to watch it. But I would also highly recommend that movie. Please
very
watch
intense,
that.
But very good story, good plot,
good acting,
very good acting
from everybody.
Yeah,
not just Robin Williams.
One of the most morally developed characters I've seen on screen. I think
he's like Iroh, kind of.
Yeah. If we want to just talk to developed characters, I guess. But yeah.
But no, I mean like dispensing the wisdom and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I think because of that movie, on my last day of Acantilato's class, I did the "Oh Captain, My Captain." I stood up on my desk.
I remember that.
I think I did that, if I'm remembering correctly.
Oh Captain, My Captain. I bet she loved that.
She probably did. She loved me because I participated.
Yeah.
But I didn't just participate. I challenged, which is any good teacher. This is if you're in high school or whatever. Yeah. Any good teacher will love it when you challenge them. Not rudely, but like if they present, especially English teachers, if they present some form of opinion or anything like that, if you can challenge them intelligently, they'll love you. And that's what I did in Econoloto's class, and that was great. I loved that class by the end. At the beginning, which was most people that were in the class, hated it at the beginning, didn't like her as a teacher, but by the end, I loved it.
It's because she actually cared about what she was teaching instead of saying, "Oh yeah, you can do whatever you want."
Yeah, and she wanted.
That's why people didn't like her.
She wanted us to grow in her class.
Yeah, and for a premise, Conolato, I had her sophomore year English class, and her class is reading a book and then actually analyzing it thoroughly and the themes and the motifs and everything. That's her class. I had her sophomore year, loved her, and then he had her junior year. I had her
junior year, yeah.
And I aided for that class.
So yeah,
because
that was
of how much I loved her. And then
do you remember when we were in the class, completely unrelated to the class itself, but she said something, and we both immediately went on our phones and texted each other the exact same thing at the exact same time. It was insane.
We couldn't get over it.
We texted, and then we just looked at each other, and we were like, "No, dude!" Yeah, that was crazy. That was
a good day.
That was great.
Don't remember that day, but
I don't even remember what we said.
I remember what we said. It was the day where TBDC. Yeah, whatever. Okay. But it was the day TBDC was in the was I don't know.
Happening.
Was happening, and it was the class right before snack.
Yeah.
And we both were. I remember something triggered our minds to think TBDC from what she said or something, and we both looked down on our phones and we texted something like, "Hole to stadium" or something. Hole to
like the exact same.
Hole to quad or something at the
like
exact same time, and it was special.
Great.
It was a very special
moment. That was completely unrelated to everything we're talking about right now.
That's fine. That's called its conversation. But that was Conolato. If you were to teach a class in high school,
to finish off this,
to
finish off the Robin Williams segment, my last serious movie, last drama. Jordan hasn't seen this, but Good Morning Vietnam. It's a good mix of, like I talked about it earlier. He improv most of it, and it's a good mix of comedy and seriousness. It's about the Vietnam War. He's not a soldier or anything. It's not your typical Vietnam War movie. He's like a newscaster. It's a really good movie. I would recommend it. It's fun, and also then it deals with serious issues from the Vietnam War and everything. It's a really good movie. I would recommend it.
We just wanted to celebrate Robin Williams.
Yeah. Because it's been 6 long years since his death.
He's been very impactful for our lives. So.
Yeah, and I miss him all the time.
Yeah. I did say one time that if I were to invite a dinner guest, alive or dead, I would say Robin Williams.
Robin Williams would be an amazing dinner guest. Yep. Because he'd be polite and also funny, and everything about him would
See
be
you
great.
soon, man.
See you soon, man.
Yep.
I can't wait. Oh, he was also a big video game nerd.
Really?
His daughter's name is Zelda.
His Zelda.
Not after anything like, I don't know, F. Scott Fitzgerald's wife, whose name was also Zelda.
Yeah.
He named her Zelda specifically, and he said this specifically after The Legend of Zelda.
Yep.
Is great. He was a big old video game nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early video game nerd.
I wish I could have hung out with him.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway.
If you were to teach a subject.
Maybe history.
Really? Okay.
I like history.
Yeah.
But also English would be really fun.
I would do English because I'd like to read a book and then have people love it, or have my kids love it.
I would want to be an acantilado.
Yeah.
Like, make people actually think.
Yep.
Think for themselves.
Yeah.
An acantilado while trying to be Dead Poets Society.
Yeah.
I think that's what she was trying to be. Maybe not consciously, specifically thinking that, but that's the kind of teacher she was going for.
Yeah.
Which was what made her a good teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that was actually kind of the same thing as in the movie. They didn't like him that much at first because he was weird and
he
wacky.
actually cared.
And he cared, and their teachers didn't care.
Yeah.
But then he grew on them, and that was kind of a Acantilado for me.
I want to try to visit her when... I doubt she'll remember us, but like...
She might.
But a lot of teachers say like, I remember you, I don't remember your name kind of thing.
School isn't back in session.
That's a thing.
And it won't ever be.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, how much time is left?
Let's see.
Okay. So, that's our Robin Williams section. We're going to go into our movie review. We hate
time.
movies.
So, this week, welcome to movie review. We need a jingle, remember?
Oh.
And it can't be...
we hate movies, but we actually don't.
Yeah. So we watched Captain America, the First Avenger, and Avengers 1. Yeah. He wrote a lot down for Cap 1, and I wrote a lot down for Avengers 1.
Yeah.
So we're gonna we'll start with Cap 1, and I'll obviously still review it, and he'll still review Avengers.
Yes.
But for some reason, we wrote down a lot for opposite ones. So why don't we start with Cap?
So Cap, I think, is the best and best origin story in the MCU.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
It's a good war movie, and it does a great part of it's a good origin story. I have not really anything to add there.
Okay, sorry. Let me go on a quick tangent.
You got it.
He doesn't develop a ton as a character because and I knew we were going to talk about this, and it just came to mind, so I don't forget. We're going to talk about it now.
Okay.
He doesn't develop a ton as a character because he's already because the whole point of Captain America is even when he was a little guy, he was a good man. That's the whole point. But they do that well. The same thing could be said about Captain Marvel. She doesn't develop at all as a character, but they do it worse. Yeah. For him, like, his whole character is that he is a good man. Mm-hmm. And then he gets the serum and he's able to actually change the world.
He's the only Avenger that was morally good from the start.
But he still does kind of develop throughout all of his movies. Yeah. Captain Marvel just didn't develop at all. She's a bad example of starting out with an already developed character, and he's a good example.
Captain America is like, let's try to have that and then have him use that to save people.
Yeah.
Save humanity. And that actually transitions to my biggest point. Captain America has the first good villain of the MCU.
Yeah, Obadiah Stane was okay.
Destroyer
the Destroyer,
slash
okay,
Loki, kind of.
but Loki wasn't.
Loki was a good Avengers villain, not a good Thor villain.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree.
The first really good villain of the
Red
MCU
Skull.
was Red Skull.
So good. So good.
He had a Nazi war attitude, so very power corrupt.
Well, yeah, it's during
a very
it's during World War II.
military driven and a genius. He was. I noticed that he's a lot like Thanos. He was clearly insane, but kind of a genius.
Yeah.
He thought he was destined to save the world by him being a god in that world. I love how they put him into this movie because, like we said earlier off podcast, he's chaotic evil.
Yeah.
And that is the opposite of Cap, who's lawful good.
Yeah. It's very good opposition.
If you don't know, Red Skull and Captain America are both superhumans, super soldiers, from the same
Almost
serum.
the same serum. Cap
Almost
got
the same
serum
serum
first, and then the Red Skull, before he became the Red Skull, tried to kind of reverse engineer the serum and make his own. Or wait, no, I got it backwards.
Yes, he did.
Red Skull got it first before the serum was done.
Yes.
And then Cap got it when it was perfected.
Right. And then
it was Bucky that
the opposite. Yeah.
That got it. The
altered
reverse
version.
engineered version of it. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, I love how they did the opposites there. It wasn't just there's a bad guy that's in Germany. It was this is the opposite character, and there's an actual morally justifiable point of why this character is the hero.
Yeah.
They did that very well. I love Red Skull as a villain, my top 5 favorite villains, and we should do a villain tier list when
we
we're
definitely
done with
should. At some point.
Yeah.
I would need some time to think about that. Not this episode.
Yeah. So good introduction to the Infinity Stones. They did very well.
Yeah,
in
that was a solid introduction.
Howard Stark being like Tony Stark in personality was really cool.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Hydra introduction as a cult was really cool. They did the whole very good war movie.
Not really a cult. More of an organization.
Back in the 1940s, it was pretty much a cult.
Kind of a cult. It started out as the Red Skull, kind of. I guess it was kind of a cult.
Yeah.
Because it was him trying to become a god, but then after him, it was more just an organization.
Yeah, I agree. And then it was a very good World War II war movie in that both sides had propaganda. To enlist, and they used Captain America.
That's true.
American propaganda. A big point for me is that I think this movie has the best, maybe the only good romance in the MCU.
That's a good answer.
I think Captain America and Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter is the best romance, and maybe even the only good romance that I even care about.
I'm trying to think of all of them right now.
Bad.
Tony and Pepper, okay.
Okay. I don't care about
bad.
I don't care about Jane. I really Star-Lord and Gamora are okay.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad one. But not as good.
Let's just not talk about Hulk and Black Widow.
What, you don't like Hulk Tasha or whatever?
Wrong. Bruce Tasha.
And the Tulk.
Brutasha.
Brutasha.
But yeah. And guess what?
What about
It was a
MJ?
full circle
What
for
about
that.
MJ Peter?
Let's just not. I don't care about that either.
Yeah.
So, how the martyrdom at the end, I think, was really cool too. Of how he was the last person to talk to Peggy, or Peggy was the last person to talk to him.
Yeah.
And that was very heartfelt, and he did what was right. Again, he was, like we said, he was morally good from the start, and he wasn't a changed man. He used his powers for good. The cons I have, which aren't very much, there was a really bad CGI for his
Which one?
Of like him
What part?
as skinny.
Oh yeah, that wasn't that great.
He had a big head on a skinny body.
Mind you, it was 2010.
Yeah, 2010. Not a lot to go on that.
But it wasn't great.
It threw me off. That's it.
Yeah, and it's only like the first 20 minutes of the movie.
A character I didn't
less,
think
I don't know.
made sense at all was the Colonel.
Tommy Lee Jones?
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones just doesn't make sense
Why?
as a character.
He's just fun. Tommy Lee Jones, as an actor, exists to come into movies, insult people, and then be done. and he did it perfectly.
It doesn't make his attitude the entire movie doesn't make sense
It
at all.
It doesn't not make sense.
He's a terrible military leader. He's terrible. If you watch the movie,
you've never seen him in action. He's probably good in action.
As a military leader, I'm talking about him leading the
I know.
his line of military.
Bad? Explain to me why he's bad.
Everything that he suggested was rejected and was made better by other people. He rejected Steve even though he saw him being...
Okay, but hear me out. In that world, superheroes aren't a thing yet, and you're like, this guy's weird and he's injected with some weird stuff. I'm not going to put him on the front lines.
He was the only one to think that. Everyone else is like, yeah, put him on the front lines. He's like, nope, I don't like you.
Everyone else
you go do something
being
else.
Peggy and that's it.
And everyone else.
After he starts being on the front lines.
After
he forces himself to the front lines, then people were like, I can see this guy being
everything that he suggested
soldier.
The entire movie was rejected and was made better by other people. It just... Oh gosh, I just don't.
I would
get
disagree.
His character.
He's a fine character.
He's just mean for no reason.
That's Tommy Lee Jones.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about his character.
No, I'm saying that's Tommy Lee Jones as an actor. That's
his character made the movie worse.
That's a wrong opinion.
I think that's my opinion, but that's the only comment I have.
I don't think his character necessarily makes the movie better. I just think he doesn't affect the movie that much at all.
I think he should have affected the movie more.
Why? If they were to make him affect the movie, that would mean they would have had to spend more time on him, and there was no need for that.
I don't like his character.
His character's fine.
Doesn't make sense.
It's fine.
Bad military.
No, he's fine. I mean, yeah, he's fine. He doesn't really do much, and that's okay.
And that's my whole recap.
All right.
Recap.
Review.
Yours.
What I liked about the movie. I've said this before on the podcast when we had Jerry on, I believe. His suit, the Captain America suit from Cap 1, is my favorite version of the Captain America suit.
It's the best one.
I think it is. I think it's the best one because it's the most like militaristic.
It's a military uniform.
It's a soldier's uniform. Yeah. So I think it's really cool.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's fine.
So we're gonna leave this in just to show you guys, how loud it's Thursday it's 6 p.m. on a Thursday. And this
He might be done.
I
Suit
doubt it.
best. I don't remember where I was before that started. So, best suit in the game in the entire MCU, in my opinion, is the first Captain America suit.
Uh-huh.
What else I liked about the movie? I had things before Lawnmower Man showed up. That's a movie. That actually is Lawnmower Man.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it is. I think it might be like Sylvester Stallone or something. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Your review, man.
What else what did I like about the movie? I liked big thing that I do wish we saw more of is the Howling Commandos, which was his little squad, including Bucky, and I can't remember the other guys' names, but they were big in the comics, like they were an actual thing in the comics, and I wish we saw more of them. But I did like what we did see of them. I liked the romance, that was good. I liked him waking up. Just trying to finish the episode.
We'll cut this, and we'll get back to you. But
I might not cut this part. Wait, we're cutting now. It's going on for... I looked over there. Their lawn is like 12 square feet. And he's just...
I told you, he's putting in a second coat.
What are you doing, you madman?
I don't know what to tell you guys.
I liked... Wow, that took so long. I liked when he woke up at the end, and they were trying to like kind of ease him into it, and then him running out into the into Times Square. That was
good.
That was a good scene.
That was a very good scene.
And that movie is the only movie where the after credit scene is a direct take from another movie.
Nope.
Yes.
Captain Marvel to Endgame.
What was the Captain Marvel scene?
It was the Endgame. Captain America looking at this saying, there's another one too.
But that one's further away.
Saying, "Oh look, we're looking for Thanos," and he turns around and Captain Marvel walks in. It doesn't matter now. I don't know why I brought that up.
What?
Never mind. It doesn't matter now.
I didn't like Captain Marvel, if you couldn't tell, so I don't remember that. We're talking real Marvel movies.
Yeah, sorry, Kinsey.
Captain Marvel sucks, Kinsey. Stop enjoying it.
Yikes. All right. Okay. Anything else?
It's boring. She's boring. You want
We're
a
not
strong
talking about
female,
Cap right now.
You want a strong... You mean Captain Marvel?
Never mind one now.
You want a strong female character? It's not her. It's Black Widow. It's Okoye. It's sometimes Wanda Maximoff. It's a million people except her. It's Gamora.
Gamora's really cool. That's my favorite.
You want a good, strong female character that's written for more than just the fact that she's a female? Any of those characters. Brie Larson's Captain Marvel is just the only reason she exists is because she's a female, and that's bad writing.
Noah goes off tangents of.
I
goes off
just
Captain
like
Marvel,
that movie
and
so
I
much.
Apologize. It happens.
It's such a lame movie where it's
We're
just
talking about other things, and then
it's just feminism, but in a bad way,
Okay,
where
and
it's
then-
just her entire character is that she's a female. There's
I
nothing else to
apologize.
her.
I apologize.
I love strong female characters, like all of the characters I just named.
Kinsey.
She's a terrible female character, and her only trait is that she's a female.
Kinsey, I give you permission to yell at him when you're on the podcast, which is soon, by the way.
Maybe if you ever get a mic.
And I apologize. Go ahead.
Let's go
ahead,
to Captain America 1, The First Avenger. Is a great movie.
Okay.
Let's
Any
move
cons?
on to cons.
Right? There's not many.
No. I don't think they're... It's like he's powering up a little lawnmower. It's just a smaller version of the same sound. Oh, we're just going to finish this.
Yeah.
You know,
What do you rate?
We're just going to power through.
What do you rate?
Yeah, I can't think of any cons at the moment. I'm sure there are, but I can't
I
think
rate
of any
Captain America 1
8.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yep. It's really good. That's it. And it's a good lead to Avengers 1, which is what we're going to talk about now.
All right, Avengers 1. I have a lot of likes written down, so I'm just gonna blow through them.
Yeah.
Gonna go quick. Loki's entrance.
Good.
Good entrance. Iron Man's entrance. Shoot to thrill.
Great.
Entrance. The scepter flip scene when they're on the helicarrier and they're all arguing and it flips over and you see all of them arguing with the scepter in the foreground and all of them in the background. Great scene, great symbolism and everything. Very fun, very foreshadowing. Okay, so one thing I noticed this time watching it, it's been a long time since I've watched it, was the score right after the helicarrier explosion, when they're all kind of starting to work together, when Iron Man's moving the thing and he's having Cap do it, when Iron Man flies up and they're talking and whatever, and you know what, during that whole scene where they're starting to work together, it sounds almost like the main Avengers theme. But not quite. That's the whole point. It's not because they're not quite the Avengers yet. They're just starting to work together. So it's starting to become the Avengers theme. And I noticed that this time, and it's amazing. It's great.
That's cool.
It's a great lead up.
That's really cool.
Because it's like they're almost the Avengers, but not quite there. So the theme is just a little bit not fully the Avengers theme. It's fun. It's a lot of fun if you notice it. They're Avengers is when they finally started to figure out what kind of comedy they want.
That's true.
Which is good. Like, it seems to run on some form of electricity. That was funny.
Yeah.
That was a funny scene. Also, that was also during that, after the helicarrier explosion.
To go in the comedy, when Thor is like, we're compared to mole rats, compared to you guys. It's like,
whatever.
What's mole rats? Like, you guys don't have those? They're giant. They have like antlers. They're kind of like beavers. You guys don't have those? They're disgusting.
Yeah.
Very Thor.
Yeah, I think that was a fun scene. There was an idea speech. That whole speech, great speech.
Yeah.
Great.
I get that reference.
I understood that
That was
reference.
so funny.
I understood that reference as a funny scene too.
Yeah. When Thor says, "What are you talking about?" Oh, and Cap's like, "Oh,
I got it.
I got it."
I understood that reference because it's from he's
Wizard of
referencing
Oz,
the Wizard of Oz, which came out
1930s.
in the 1930s, and Cap was around during that time, so that was the only reference he understood.
It's so funny.
Very
so
funny.
Good. So good.
So there was an idea, that whole speech, like the Avengers idea speech, great speech, from Fury. I'm always angry scene.
Yep.
Very
Good.
fun scene. Very good. The spin around scene, the first time you see them all as a team in a cluster, and it pans around all of them, and
The theme's playing.
and the theme's playing, and Hulk yells, and Cap has his shield, and Iron Man flies down, and just everything about
Hawkeye's
that scene.
pointing his.
And it's all of them, and they're finally the Avengers, and the full theme finally plays.
Yep.
Amazing scene.
Yeah.
Amazing scene to finally like say, this is the Avengers. We officially have the Avengers. Great scene.
Yep.
The entire Battle of New York, very fun.
All good.
All good. And then my last one that I have that I like, obviously there's more to this movie that I like.
Yeah.
But the Hulk Loki scene when he's just bashing him back and
Puny
forth.
God.
Great stuff.
Good.
Great stuff. Yeah, I mean that's Shawarma's fun too.
Oh,
That's
my
post
favorite
credits.
scene.
Post credit scene. Shawarma's very
If
fun.
you notice, if you watch the Swarma scene, Chris Hemsworth kind of almost starts laughing.
Yeah.
I'll show you after.
I need to see.
I'll
I need
show
to
you
like
after,
look closely.
But
yeah.
like, it made me laugh so hard because Chris Hemsworth is known for being like the funniest person on set. So him almost laughing as
Yeah.
Thor just
Yeah.
like encapsulates like
It's very great.
that
Yeah.
after credit scene. It's so good.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just
Any
a great
cons?
movie. Cons. The only two cons I could really think of were Cap's suit and Thor's suit. Cap's suit is for some
Thor's suit
reason.
is fine.
No, it wasn't.
I mean,
You need
like I don't
pay
care
attention
about
to it.
I don't care about it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Okay.
Cap's suit was way too bright and like it looked fake, and
Yeah.
for some reason there was a zipper down. You could see a zipper down the front of it.
It looked bad.
It just didn't look good.
It looked like it.
Thor's
Party
suit.
City.
Thor's suit also looked like Party City.
Yeah.
Thor's suit looked like. I'm not kidding. This isn't me exaggerating or anything. It looked like it was made out of plastic.
Yeah.
His armor, it literally looked like plastic.
Mhm.
So those are the only two cons I can really think of. I
Right.
think. I'm pretty sure those. I can't think of any at the moment, and I didn't write any down. So.
Yeah.
Oh, also another good scene. Coulson's death. I mean, not a good scene, but like a good scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like Coulson as a character. You go.
I love how the whole reason why they couldn't cooperate is because of Loki's manipulation. How that was the bigger villain than
good.
Loki himself. Him manipulating every Avenger. How they all wanted to kill him at the end, and then Hawkeye's like, "Oh, get in line." Was very cool because like he wasn't a good villain because of how strong he was or how evil he was. He was a good villain. There's a bee. A bee.
Don't bother him. He won't bother you. Hello, friend.
And how the main villain was his manipulation. That was really cool. How they met, how that was scripted was perfect.
How they all met?
How they met. So
Yeah,
how
the Avengers.
Iron Man and Thor met. How Cap and Thor met. How Cap and Iron Man met.
It's just a very well written movie.
The movie was written perfectly.
Very well written, very well paced.
I think the Avengers movie played into more of their characters than their own standalone movies.
Probably.
Especially Thor. How Thor talked in Avengers and how Thor talked in Thor. How Thor talked in Avengers was more Thor, if that makes sense. Same thing with all the other ones. I liked how the fight scenes were really good.
Yep.
How they actually showed Loki's battle, how he battles is equal to Thor's, which is really cool. Again, good turnaround scene. The big three scene in the woods, I think, is my favorite scene of all time.
That's a fun scene.
How they all battle
the
1v1.
first time you see them all together.
Yeah,
It's
it was
great.
really good.
It's great.
In the same shot.
Yeah.
Very cool. And again, it answers all the questions of like who would win in a battle.
None
They're
of
all
them.
equal.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And
Cap's more defensive. Iron Man's more aggressive. Thor's
Reckless.
He's more reckless.
Yeah.
Iron Man is precision aggressive. Thor is more reckless aggressive, but that's because he can afford to be, because he's practically a god.
Mm-hmm.
Cap is the most defensive out of the three of them.
And the Hulk Thor fight was also really cool.
Yeah, that was fun. That was good.
Yeah, and there's a round 2 and Thor 3.
The fights in the movie were just all good.
The only con I thought of is I didn't like how you don't know who Hawkeye is going into it.
That's true. They didn't
And
expand
then
on him a lot.
he was an enemy 90% of the movie.
He was
on
an enemy
Loki's
a lot
side.
of the movie.
I get that Loki needed like a henchman. I just don't like how they kind of stole Hawkeye.
The scene where he tried to do that to Iron Man.
Yeah, that was good.
And
this usually works.
This usually works. Well, 1 out of 5.
What? It's so good. Anyway, funny movie, where it needed to be very well balanced and well written movie.
Yeah.
This watch of it was the most I've ever appreciated and loved it.
This is the first time in a long time.
Except the first time.
Yeah, no. This is the first time in a long time that I've watched through it to intentionally stay paying attention to the movie and like take notes on it and everything and like actually like notice everything about the movie. First time in a long time, not the first time ever.
What do you rate it?
9.
9.
9 out of 10.
9.5 out of 10.
It's not quite a perfect movie.
It's not a perfect movie, but back then it's written perfectly.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna stick with a 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Oh, I also like how they hinted at Thanos without even revealing who he was.
Oh yeah.
They said, "Who gave you that scepter?" You want to talk bad about him right now? They built up the main villain without
of the
even,
MCU 10 years earlier.
Yeah. They knew what they were doing.
Well, 8 years. 8 years.
Thank you, Joss Whedon, for doing it perfectly. I thank you for it, and I love Avengers. And what do you rate it?
I said 9.
We already did, and we're now done
already.
with movie review.
Thank you for coming to We Hate Movies.
This is a very long.
Bum, bum, bum,
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. This is a very long podcast. And
it was a long episode.
Thank you.
I do have to cut out a lot.
I know no one is here now.
He's still here, except for me tomorrow while I'm watching it to see what I could do better.
Sorry.